Hey guys, I'm Aggie K, Wealth Therapist. Thanks for joining me today on my biz page. I'm talking about today because I got an email from them about Abraham Hicks and why they're not good for money mindset. And if you're into them and you love them and they make your life amazing and they help you make money, then all the power to you. I am not, this really isn't a post about hating on them. It is to each their own. If it works for you and it helps you make tons of money, amazing. In my experience, this idea of, and having seen now thousands of people, thousands of money mindset blocks, this idea, and they sent it to me in the email this morning, and this idea of search for the better feeling thought does not always work around money mindset. And I'll tell you why. Hey, Ivona. And I'll tell you why I don't think search for the better feeling thought works around money mindset. Because search for the better feeling thought is about making you feel better. So if you want to feel better, search for the better feeling thought for sure. Absolutely, right? Absolutely search for the better feeling thought. And there's a point and part of the process of money mindset is to, be feeling good. But before we can feel good, we have to understand why we're not feeling good and not just try to feel better around our money stuff and our money blocks. Because if we're not, I'll tell you three reasons why I believe this to be true in my experience and what I've seen around healers and stuff like that. It can just keep you in denial, a better feeling thought can just keep you in denial, where you really need to see why you're in the situation you're in, what situation you're in, why you're feeling crappy. Take a look at those negative thoughts. Where do they come from? And where that money story comes from, you need to do some digging. Like just appeasing yourself to feel better is fine if you're not looking to make any monumental shifts around money. It has not been my experience. And if it's yours, that's totally cool. Go write a post about it. Go do a live stream about it. But in my experience with clients, it has not been the case that a better feeling thought gives them an income change. A better feeling thought makes them feel better. Now, the thing that can happen, hey, Sydney, hey, my angel, my sweet angel, take a look at this woman's profile. You want to see defying the odds of age? Go look at her profile. She's amazing, and her vitamins. So why I don't think this works? It'll keep you in denial. Yes, you'll have a better feeling thought. Yes, you'll feel better, but you might still be in denial about your money stuff and about why you're not making money. Right? Because you're not going to a deeper level looking at why your money thoughts or your money issues are messing with you, right? So, hey, Shari. So that's number one. You want to get out of denial, and a better feeling thought might keep you in denial. Okay. I'm not saying you can never listen to them. I'm not saying don't love them if you love them. I'm not saying stop doing it if it works for you. I'm telling you what I see around money mindset that comes up for people, and people come in with this stuff all the time. Search for the better feeling thought. Focus on positive thoughts. Well, guess what? That'll keep you in denial. B, you might be missing out on the opportunity to have courage, to have anger, to have rage, to get all riled up, which is what you need to step into courage and maybe make some changes around money and make some changes around your blocks and make some changes around your life that are going to help you earn more money. And just focusing on a better feeling thought isn't going to do that. In a way, part of the process is spiraling down and obviously not living there either, not living down in that dark, dark place forever either, but we have to look into the dark parts to free ourselves, right? We have to go on that hero's journey and slay some dragons and build some courage and find some new perspectives. So that's the second reason. A, in denial. Two, you're missing out on courage, anger, rage, all things that, sadness, grief, things that you need to release to actually feel lighter so that you don't have to work so hard to have a better feeling thought. You know what I'm saying? It'd be better to just have a better feeling thought than to always be searching for one, right? Release the stuff that's holding you down and heavy and dark so that you can naturally come to a better feeling thought. Make sense? And it could keep you, finally, it could keep you in a state of tolerating things, or like a codependent state with the way things are. Because you can just keep choosing a better feeling thought and kind of keep tolerating whatever BS is going on for you around money, around relationships, around things that are keeping you stuck. The storms have a silver lining. Yes, exactly, Sydney. So we want to be really careful about where we're tolerating stuff around money, around, relationships, around things that make us not feel good. And those of us who have a high tolerance for this, and I'm going to do a training for this inside my PTP group, because I just came across it like yesterday myself, that when we have trauma and when we have, we've experienced things that are really, really intense, we can have a natural desire to push happiness away. We can have a natural desire to push happiness away because it scares us, because it means something bad's going to happen. That's kind of the cycle of the codependency, is like, I have hope, something terrible happens, and then it all comes crashing down. So there can be a tendency to keep it at bay, to make sure you don't step too much into happiness, right? So that's a bit of another topic, that I'll go into in another time. But today, this is what I'm talking about. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the thread. If you have opposing thoughts and feelings about Abraham Hicks and you're the #1 fan, go for it on your own post. That's not what this post is about. If it makes you feel better, awesome. This isn't about feeling better. This is about making shifts inside your money blocks, and that the better feeling thought can mess with you because it can make you just tolerate stuff and not make any changes and not do the things you have to do to actually have income shifts. So one, you want to be able to break out of that denial and have some deep, deep changes happen. You don't want to miss out on the courage, on the anger, on the grief, on the stuff, that the deeper, healthy stuff that actually increases your vibration, that actually lifts you out of shame, apathy, despair, lower level vibes, so that you can naturally, organically have those better feeling thoughts. Okay, guys, so let me know if this resonates with you. Please love, like, and share. Hey, Stephanie Chan, happy belated birthday. If you're looking for eco products, you get your, what are they called? Your metal straws for Miss Stephanie Chan. Look at all these game changers on the live stream. Ivona, Stephanie, Sydney, Jen Hoffman. So many game changers. I love it. Drop your links in the comments. Drop your links in what you do. Let other people who are watching check you out. There's a way to make more money. Right? So instead of focusing on in terms of money, by all means, if you're feeling negative and it's not about money mindset and it's not about money mindset blocks, by all means, focus on a thought that feels better. Okay? Stephanie Chan, look, Sydney's looking for the metal straws, so drop your link. But those are the ABCs I want you to remember around not just focusing. Hey, Whitney, happy birthday, mama. It's 40, baby. Looking good. 40 is so good, by the way. I think it's like the best. It's so much better than the 30s. So that's basically what I'm talking about. Just to recap, about Abraham Hicks and the better feeling thought. And I get emails from him, and it drives me crazy around money because I know people take it, and I've met tons, hundreds and hundreds of people, healers, especially people who are drawn to that kind of work, just focus on the better feeling thought. And they're actually afraid of thinking negative thoughts or experiencing negative thoughts, right? We obviously don't want to be dominated by negative thoughts or not feel like we can get control over them. However, we also need to go to the source. If we never release the deep, dark stuff, the grief, the anger, get to the anger, the courage, the stuff that motivates us. Oh my God, Sydney. Well, I'm taking your vitamins, so I'm looking forward to 60 now. So if we're searching for the better feeling thought, it can be a distraction. It can be denial from looking at what's really going on and what am I really tolerating here, right? It can be a way to appease your ego and be like, I'm feeling a better feeling thought. I'm feeling positive. I should be making more money. I can't tell you the amount of people that come to me and are like, why is nothing changing for me financially? And I'm like, well, you don't want to look at anything negative, but I'm not supposed to look at anything negative. You are. Life is about looking at the negative and reframing and getting the gift out of that. When you can get to the point where you can say, this is a blessing, this super shitty thing happening in my life is a blessing. Maybe not in the moment, but maybe, afterwards you can get to that point and reframe it. Then, then you're accomplishing something. But when you're kind of worried about being in the space of like, oh, thinking too much negative, just go deeper. You're like kind of in the surface where it's a distraction. You're not getting the meat out of it that's going to cause the mindset transformation. And it is a bit of a skill to know how to do that. It's a huge skill. It's a skill that I've made into a career. So, you need to go deeper, right? Because if you're on the surface and you're kind of just, just watching and observing, there needs to be more that happens, right? Mindset isn't just like making a decision. That's not the only thing that happens. It isn't just a better feeling thought, and it isn't just a decision. There's a whole lot behind the scenes that happens for you to be able to make that decision. You have to have self-trust, and you're not going to have self-trust if you're just like surfacely looking for positive feelings. You're going to have self-trust because you went to the deep, dark places with yourself. Does that make sense, guys? When we go to deep, dark places with ourselves, with other people, from your work of like meeting people in dark places, in places of growth, that's what bonds you together, right? And that's what's going to bond you to you and increase your self-trust, self-worth, self-love, self-compassion, all of that stuff. And net worth, right? It'll all come back in the net worth. So those are my thoughts for today. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'm going to drop Subconscious Smackdown in the comments. If you have not done that 5-day training, please do. It's kind of a life and income changing thing. And love, like, and share if this resonated for you. Thanks for joining me, guys. Aggie K, Wealth Therapist. See you next time.